In this lesson, we'll discuss groups, specifically model groups. Looking at the layout on our screen, if we zoom in, we have 4 walls and 4 columns. Now, right now, the columns are independent of each other. If you click on one column, you can see it highlights, and you can move it around if you want. It's totally independent of the other 4 columns. But let's say you want to group these 4 columns together, or group a variety of other things together. When you group something, it doesn't have to be like entities. It could be a variety of different things, walls and doors and windows, for example. But let's say you want to group these 4 columns together so that way they move in unison. You can move them as a group or copy them as a group. So how do you go about doing this? Well, there's a couple different ways. One is you could select the elements first to create a group and then choose the grouping tool on the ribbon, or you could start the tool first. We'll do the latter. We'll start the tool first. Let's go to the Modify tab on your ribbon. On the very right panel is the Create panel. And the very right upmost icon is the Create group. Go ahead and click that. First thing Revit's going to ask you is, what do you want to name your group? Well, I'm just going to leave it Group 1. Technically, you'd want to be descriptive, though, on what is included in the group, because you can recall different groups at a later point. And by naming them accurately, you can see what's in the group. Now, the group type is model because we're actually using model components versus detailed elements. I'm going to leave it the name Group 1. Group type is model, and I'll click OK. Now, what appears next is the Edit Group mini ribbon, where I can add, remove, or attach different elements to this group. Everything is grayed out because nothing belongs to the group. So I want to add. So just click the Add button, and then I can just start to select the different elements that I want to add. As I select them, they are grayed out, meaning they are now currently added to the group. So I selected all 4. Remove does the reversal, removing elements from the group. Once you've added these to the group, simply click Finish. Now, to verify everything is deselected, just click in the background area. Now, to see the group, simply hover over one of the columns, and you'll actually see a dashed line representing the group. The little tooltip will tell you what group it is as well. Go ahead and select on one of the columns. What you'll notice is the group is highlighted, and if you try to move one of the columns, you can see all 4 move in unison. And you can use a variety of your commands on the Modify toolbar with this group, such as move, copy, rotate, or any of the other elements there as well. Now, if you want to ungroup something, let's say you want to take it apart or break it all down to its individual pieces. Well, if you edit the group again, once you select it, and on the ribbon on the right, if you click Edit Group, you're back and you can actually click Remove, for example. And then if I choose one of the columns, I can remove it from the group. And then I can click Finish. Select the remaining elements in the group. You see the 3 highlight. And if you want to totally ungroup everything, you can choose Ungroup from the ribbon. This will break all of those down individually, so now the group no longer exists, and they're all 4 individual entities just like before. So as a review, in this lesson, we discussed groups, specifically model-based groups. We talked about how to create a group by either selecting the components first or starting the Group tool from the ribbon. We started the Group tool from the ribbon. We added the elements to the group, making a group. Then we looked at the group and being able to move the group, and then we removed an element from the group. And lastly, we ungrouped everything, taking everything back to its original individual state.